national champion in college basketball.
National championship is in the balance. Florida leads it by 2. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, short.
He won't. He can't touch it.
He can't. 1 second, and it's over. Florida is back on top of the college basketball world. It's a great day to be a Gator. They win the national title. Houston did not get a shot off. Florida 65, Houston 63.
Pretty good finish there. Couldn't get a shot off. At the end. Houston led that game, almost all of it.
When I went to bed, it was before halftime, but, I mean, Houston was in control. That great player for Florida, Clayton, hadn't scored. I was like, this is it. It's done.
0 points for him at the half. Had 11 in the second half. Bear in mind this. I didn't see a second of it. I didn't see a play. I'm doing all this just from things.
Hearsay?
Wow.
Hearsay, this and that. It's called broadcasting.
Fake it till you make it is what they used to say.
I don't know if this is impressive or sad.
It's called broadcasting. I love your sweater.
What's that?
Are you high? Did you eat the wrong gummy this morning?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's vitamin C.
Yeah, you didn't mix up your Centrum Silver, did you?
That color is very flattering.
I have a business meeting later. I decided I had to dress up a little bit.
Terrific. He looks terrific in here today. I'm sorry. And here's the whole thing. I just told Chris Demm, I'm not going to worry about things anymore. I decided.
You?
No, I made that decision.
I gave it an hour.
I made that decision. I made the decision last night. I said, you know what? I'm just not going to.
You came in here worrying about prizes that we don't have.
Exactly. I said to Biggie, do we have anything or what for the power hour?
Where's our prize closet?
What's our prize situation? And Biggie's like, well, we can do this or do that. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. And Biggie said, well, you got an email on it. Yeah, I said, you know what? I ignored it. I'm not going to worry about it.
I won't.
I'm just not.
You know what? I'm not going to worry about the stock market. I've decided I'm not going to worry about it.
Well, you do.
I'm not going to worry
You
about
check it before it even opens, like 10 times a morning.
I like to see the futures. I like to see the Dow futures, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I just made that decision.
Let's just face it. You'll never be able to retire.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's where we are. We're getting ready to go into recession. We're all this stuff. So I just said, I don't care.
I don't care
about these things. I just refuse to worry anymore. I used to hear, let go and let God, and just that's how I'm going to be from now. I'm just going to float. I'm just going to float on a cloud.
Don't put it on me.
Yeah, don't drag me into your hellhole.
Last week, Biggie, when you weren't here, we discovered a new song.
I'm so worried about my hair falling out.
Tim said this should be your theme song. I worry all the time. Everything. Weather. Stocks. All of it. And finally, I was just like, I just can't worry about it anymore. You know?
But that's not you.
Let's see how long it lasts. As of now, I'm letting go of worry. Now, I do worry about modern technology, he just said. That's true, too. All the plastic and everything. But I got to stop worrying about those things. Also, let's take a moment here. Chris Demm's already on it. We have Biggie's dry erase board. Days since my last illness ticks up to 2 days since last illness for Biggie. That's doubling. We doubled up from 1 to 2, and I like it. Now, remember, our record high is 5. Since we've gotten this dry erase board, we can put a 2 in the books now for Biggie. We'll do it every day to begin this program. So did you watch most of the game, or did you go to bed?
No, I went to bed because I'm a Duke fan, so I didn't really care who won. Just being a basketball fan, I wanted to see the tip-off, and I watched, I'd say, a good part of the first half. But Houston just looked so in control. I was like, okay, senior leadership, older players, the whole deal. I thought it was neat. Florida did this. They'll be great going forward, but Houston will win it. Totally shocked to wake up, and I saw that last 20 seconds. Unbelievable. Could
Houston
not get
had
a shot
chances.
off. Yeah.
Houston really dominated the game, but Florida has been a second-half team all year. It's like they wear you down, and they came from 12 behind in the second half to win, surprisingly in my mind, because Duke had a lot of freshmen, so Houston was able to outlast them. Houston had a lot of experience there.
Tons.
I was cheering for Florida just a little because I had him in my bracket, and my dear friend Diesel is a Florida fan. Now, in fairness, he does have 4 favorite teams, but one of them is
I
Florida.
was going to say I didn't know he was also a Florida fan.
He has a Mount Rushmore of schools.
He has a Mount Rushmore of schools and teams he cheers for based on where he lived geographically and schools he attended. One of them is Florida, an outlier. I'd forgotten that. He put on the old Florida hat for the first time.
He has one?
Yeah. He's got a khaki with an orange
with
F,
the orange with the gator?
a gator F on it. So I was cheering for Florida just a little, but I like Kelvin Sampson. He's been around for a long time, and I wanted him to. And Houston has come so close to winning and hasn't won. They've been to like a number of Final Fours and never won it. It may be 6. I didn't watch a whit of the game. This is called broadcasting, okay? And I'm not going to worry about getting the number just right, but they've been to.
So don't bother sending corrections.
That's right. Yeah, don't bother correcting me. Because,
not today.
I'm letting the worry go. I'm not going to. I won't even look at your corrections. You know. I think your sweater with your eyes. It's just.
Can you focus, please?
Perfect.
I think you're high. I think you ate the wrong gummy.
Yeah, or just too many in the mountains.
You don't see what I see. It's perfect over here. This guy just looks perfect today. He's got a business lunch later. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I was a bit surprised that Florida was able to overcome it.
I mean, for Houston to give up a 12-point lead and then just kind of collapse in the last 20 seconds. I mean, they had a chance to do it. They had a couple players with chances to hit threes. But Florida's defense kept pushing them further and further and further away from the three-point line. It would have been a chuck.
Well, they didn't need a 3. They could have tied it.
They could have tied.
They could have gone to. I find a lot of teams do that. Like they're down 2 and they work for a 3 instead of playing for overtime. I guess they just want to win it and not try for overtime. But I think in that case, if they moved the ball, they could have gotten a better look. Who knows? They didn't even get a shot off.
Yeah, Florida's defense was stout. The guy jumped up in the air with from Houston with 6 seconds to play. Yeah. Jumped up as if to shoot, and I think it was that Walter Clayton guy went to defend, so he just dropped the ball. The Houston player dropped it, and he couldn't touch it.
Yeah. If you touch
it just bounced there.
So if you touch it, it's either a travel or a double dribble. So
I think they say it in the end there. They say he's going to if he walked. He'll walk.
Gator player jumps on it. Time runs out.
I know it's so weird. You got 4 or 5
Everything
seconds.
just stopped.
And the player knew, the Houston player knew I can't touch the ball, so he just sits there and watches it bounce, and they can't. There's nothing they can do.
There's like this glorious quarter second where no one moves.
Yeah, just like, well, what do we do?
It's insane.
It is.
In a national championship game.
It is, and that's the way it ends like that.
Just 10 paralyzed players for a second realizing, did that just happen?
I think Florida was the best team. I saw them play quite a few times this year, and they are impressive. They just keep coming in waves. Now, they had trouble in the tournament. UConn could have beaten them.
Yeah.
Texas Tech had them. They had them beat dead to rights, and Houston had them. And Auburn was leading them at the half. They played right on the edge all this tournament, but that's impressive. And that coach is only 39. Kelvin Sampson is 69. The Florida coach is 39. And
I was thinking, does he stay at Florida for a long time, or do you think he won a national championship? Do you get called away to a quote-unquote bigger school, or do you stick around for 10, 20 years?
I think it's
You're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah. That's true.
Unless he has NBA aspirations, which he might.
Yeah.
He's like Billy Donovan from Florida.
Yeah, very true.
Donovan won back-to-back in what? 06, 07, something like that. And so he wins it twice and then goes to the NBA. I think he went and came back. He almost went, and then he finally did go. I think Florida's a big enough program that if he wanted to be a college coach for 30 years.
With the current conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. SEC.
With the current lineup.
Plenty of moolah too.
What?
You are high.
Oh, my God.
A lot of money. A lot of money. I should do a couple of edibles and come in here, just to kind of see what happens.
It can't get worse.
Just see what happens.
You might get a hug, Biggie. You never know.
You might.
Yeah, that's true. If he starts hugging everybody, we'll really know.
I owe Biggie an apology. He doesn't even know it. I think this must be karma. Today, I told Chris Demm I forgot my Celsius. Usually, I bring a Celsius in here, ice cold, and today I forgot it. So
at home or in the car, or is it
at home? I don't have it
next to the Centrum Silver.
Yeah, I just walked out without it, and I usually bring it in and keep it refrigerated, and then drink it, 30 minutes pre-showtime, so that I'm up and totally on. Didn't have it today because I left it at home. It's karma Biggie doesn't even know. Last week, you know that case of Cheerwine Zero that my friend Devin gave me?
Yes.
Well, you had one before your untimely illness. And while you were gone, people discovered it. We had a high-level meeting about you in the office. You know, a lot of people came by.
I mean, how much longer can we keep him legally?
Listen, he's not coming back. Are those Cheerwines just sitting? Are they up for grabs?
Yeah.
So
Turns out they were.
they were. So I started giving them away.
He was like the candy man.
Oh, I mean, I
Yeah.
just handed them out. It's like, Cheerwine Zero
Yeah.
in here.
Cheerwine, get your Cheerwine.
Listen, to his face and on the air, be supportive. But we need to make a move.
Yeah. A lot of this.
Yeah.
A lot of meetings.
He's been here like close to 20 years, so he has a lot of knowledge. Make sure he teaches the next generation. Pass it off to him, though, like it's a good thing.
Right. Incidentally, Red Rachel's going to be shadowing you Thursday and Friday. Just FYI.
Not a
She'll need your
surprise.
passwords and all
Yeah.
that.
Just FYI.
I don't know if you've noticed each day I carry something out of my office with me now to take on home.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Casey
see-
Kasem photograph.
Yeah.
I see the Blue Devil Christmas tree is gone.
That's gone, yeah.
That's going home.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
keeper.
I'm what I call Chris Demming my office, where
Strip it down.
when
Bare
they come
basics.
in, yeah,
Take it down.
Mm.
That's right.
that way I don't have any, tears to shed as I leave and things to grab. I
Yeah,
can
there's no
just-
need for that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because no one wants to fumble with a box of your own.
No.
Exactly.
A bobblehead.
There's no way.
No.
You don't want that. That's
Mhm.
exactly right.
You know, world's greatest boss mug.
Yeah.
So
A plant.
we get down. This is you had about 4 days left in your extended illness. And there was one Cheerwine Zero left. And somebody came in and said, "Is that up for grabs?" I said, "Hell no. That's for my friend Biggie. We're not giving that to
That
anyone."
one is for Biggie on his first day back.
That exactly. So I'm going to make it a present for Biggie on his first day back. But as the days turned into weeks, and drew out like a blade, that Cheerwine just kept staring me in the face. So finally one morning, I said to Chris Demm, "I'm going to have this thing myself."
Yeah. That part of you came out.
He doesn't deserve it. He's not here. I'm here.
That's right. So I put her in the fridge and got her nice and chilled.
Must be nice to be in the hospital.
I popped it, had it, enjoyed it, came in, and I said to BB Shea, "I feel really bad now. I've had Biggie's Cheerwine Zero, and that's the last. There are no more." And Chris Demm pointed out he's known me 31 years, and he's never seen me drink a Cheerwine before.
You don't even like them.
Yeah, it was the most spite drink you've probably ever taken.
100%.
That's right.
100%.
That's exactly right. So
With hints of cherry and disdain and a
Yeah.
little bit of, not Sprite, spite.
that's right.
It's a new soft drink.
A little spite thrown in. That's what gives it that flavor, that spicy flavor. And I had it, and I've probably had 5 Cheerwines in my life, and that was the latest one that I had.
Just to make sure
to
I
make
didn't
sure
have it.
that you weren't going to have it when you came back in. here.
Any type of enjoyment.
That's exactly right.
Now, we have a half case of cherry lemon sundrop.
We do have that.
Yeah,
I don't know where that came from.
that was sent. That was sent to me
sent to
by a
you.
P1. Yes, I can't believe they did that. It's diet cherry lemon sundrop, and the big deal is, I've said before, you can only find diet in certain areas. Where we are, you can't.
Can't find it.
You cannot find it. So they paid unbelievable amount of shipping
And
to
shipped
ship
it.
that. Yeah, I mean, I bet they paid more for shipping than they did for the sundrops. That was very nice of them to do that.
Because you said that you like a cherry lemon sundrop.
Now, what I did was open it and said, "Have at it." So I've shared it around the office, unlike some people.
Oh, I should be the gatekeeper on this, though. No.
Yeah.
You can't just give it.
Yeah,
willy-nilly.
people were coming in here carrying 2 and 3 out. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, no.
Oh.
You're being ripped off. No, we can't do.
This is a delicate question. Biggie, are you being so generous because you can't drink them?
I could still have them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to limit myself.
With your mix of meds and whatnot?
Yeah.
You slap a tariff on these things. We're
Yeah.
not going to just give these
No.
away. Come on now. That's another note. The president had the Los Angeles Dodgers at the White House yesterday, another sports note. And Donald Trump shook the hand, in particular, of Mookie Betts because he was saying, "Man, you got some good players like Mookie Betts." And then he said something that was crushing to me as a Red Sox fan.
Mookie is, I've been watching it. I don't want to say I watched him when he was on Boston, but I did. I didn't think that was a particularly good trade when they made it, and I happened to be right.
That's right. That hurts. That hurts a Red Sox fan because he's done nothing but win since the Red Sox shipped him away. Not willing to pay that salary. I had a Phillies fan say to me, "If you're not going to pay Mookie Betts, who are you going to pay?" Nobody.
Good question.
He's a great player. You're just not going to do it apparently if you're not going to pay Mookie Betts. So that hurt when I heard that yesterday. And then I told Chris Demm this. Here's how out of it I am, out of the loop technically. All right? I'll just see if Biggie gets this because I don't. I was reading a thing, and I do this from time to time. My son is getting ready to be a junior in college. He's getting ready to transfer to Tennessee, as you know. And I used to be worried about him getting a job out of college, but now I'm letting worry go. I'm trying, I'm not going to.
We'll see.
I just read that his generation is called the ghosted generation because they're told no to everything. Like, no, you can't have this. No, you can't have a job.
Like a secure job.
A secure job.
Yeah.
No,
House of your own.
You're not going to get a
nice
house.
car.
All of those things, right. Unless your parents are doing it for you, I guess. It's harder to get those kinds of things. So I happened to come across this thing on Reddit that was, and it was just a list of 7 things your resume should not include in this day and age. One of them I'd heard forever. There's no need to put the line references available upon request. I've always read that because either you give them or you don't. I mean, it's just
Well, nowadays you can Google somebody.
Right.
For the most part.
There's no point. Then the one of them also was a 3rd page, 2 pages max on your resume. And he'll be filling one out. And really, it's online. It's almost like you don't even send a physical copy of the resume. It's like, here's my I guess you do. Here's my website.
I don't know the answer. Thankfully, I haven't
know.
had to put one together in a while.
Listen to this one now.
Oh, God, I guess I should start.
I would.
This is really more for you.
Twofold. 2 reasons to bring it up. You and my son are going to be competing for the same jobs, like at Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
They got hot subs now at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, but the problem is the person hiring me is going to be younger than me, so they're not even going to know. Be like, "What'd you do?" I worked in radio for like 20 years. What's that?
Yep, they won't even know.
Yeah,
it's like podcasting, but less.
What's the name of your podcast?
Did you have a podcast? Kinda. Let's say yes to that. I would say yes to that. Last night I had a dream about an awesome podcast that would make me a millionaire, but I can't remember the dream. I remember isn't it terrible? I mean, I was the author of this podcast that every day I did it, and I had tapped into something incredible. And people I remember Joe Rogan was like begging me to be on his show.
Rogan?
Yeah.
The king of the podcast.
Yeah. And I had a podcast, and then I woke up and I was like, I was ready to write it down, and I don't, there's a $1 billion idea right here in my head, and I had no idea. That's the way the guy wrote, while you were gone, we learned that the guy who wrote White Lotus this season, and I know you just finished it, and so did I.
Yeah.
It's later on the grid. The guy who wrote it dreamed the whole season. This whole season was a dream, and he woke up and remembered, and literally like 90% of it was exactly from his dream, which was surprising. I mean, it's very detailed.
Yeah.
So here's the thing on your resume, what not to include in this day and age. The full URL from your LinkedIn page, just the hyperlink will do. What?
Oh, God, I guess I should get a LinkedIn, too.
I don't have any idea what that even means.
I don't even know the difference between the two.
That is the literal sentence. You do not need to include the full URL for your LinkedIn. Just the hyperlink is fine. What?
I guess I'll be bagging groceries.
I mean, your full URL is so 2019. There's no reason. There's no reason to do that. Also, don't put your salary requirements. They're just going to laugh at them. There's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
I'm so old. I recall when people would send resumes because I've made them too. And over the course of my career, I've seen people's resumes.
Oh, yes.
And they would always, many of them in my generation, maybe yours too, Kelly, would have what they call it, like a mission statement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was such a waste of space and time.
It really is.
It's
fluff.
It's just fluff. It's like my to find a position that furthers my career and meets my goals, and it means it's just meaningless.
You just
words.
want a job,
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember what class it was, but in high school we took some class, and that was a big thing on the resume was, you got to have a good mission statement that stands out from everyone else. And I remember being a teenager, like, I don't know what a mission statement means.
I don't know that maybe it's made a difference. We don't hire a lot of people. No one in this room, although Biggie's had HR experience. But I can't imagine that's ever been a difference maker in two similar resumes.
Agreed. I mean, because you're just making that up.
No, yeah.
It's just made up. Now you'd probably go to Chat GPT and say, give me a good mission statement for a job in accounting.
Well, now I'm told, in my day I was told, you turn in your resume or the application, you wait 2 days, and then you call them and ask them, because you want to seem like you really want the job. You
Eager
stand
and interested,
out.
yeah.
And now it's like the opposite. It's like if you call, you're told, oh, don't call them, don't bother them.
Right. It's different.
They'll look through your online resume, and that's it.
I did see a resume not too long ago that I thought was a little interesting in that it was a youngish person, and things to my mind, it was backward. It should have. I was always told start with the most recent thing because it's the more impressive.
Yeah,
like your current job.
Yeah,
is probably better than the one you had before. For me, it was part-time DJ.
Yeah,
lifeguard. Sales clerk at a drugstore.
Right,
you don't want to lead with sales clerk at a drugstore.
Agreed. And so now they do it a different, or the one you saw.
This one just happened to be the upside down.
The other thing they said not to put on it was bright colors or graphics because big companies use software to screen resumes and search for keywords, and the software doesn't recognize graphics, so it will accidentally ignore things. Yeah. So if you have a lot of fancy graphics and stuff, it'll miss it. Weirdly. I think that's odd. I don't know.
Has your son ever crafted one?
Yeah. He got his job at the gym where he works but it was online. He just walked him through it online. That's how it was done. My friend the Diesel, who is hiring right now at his insurance company.
Ooh, hold on.
He said, he goes, I'll check Monster. And I was like, all right. I don't know what that
means.
I don't know what that means either. He goes, I'll just check Monster. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Monster, absolutely.
I didn't know what he meant by that.